Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Ask an American. Today I'm going to be talking with Chuck about the American and Polish dream. So let's begin. So what exactly is the American dream?
Well, let me ask you a question first. What's your dream?
Well, to be honest, I'm not sure right now. I'm still in school, in high school, so I don't really have an idea of my future.
Well, I think Polish people and American people and everybody in the world has basically the same dream, and that is to be happy.
True, yeah.
And some people will say, money makes you happy. Some people say time off makes you happy. Some people say success makes you happy. And the important thing is you got to figure out what it is that makes you happy. And I imagine that you today, as a student in school, are going to come up with a different definition of what makes you happy today than you will in 10 years, than you will in 20 years. But I think in the end, everybody's dream is to be happy. Now, the stereotypical American dream is to make a lot of money and be successful financially. And I think that people can get, what would be the word? They get sidetracked and they pursue money over the core, over other things that would make them more happy or equally happy. And sometimes they can have problems with that.
Okay, so my next question is, what are some differences between the American and Polish dream?
Well, you'll have to answer the questions about the Polish dream.
Yes.
But I'll answer the question about the American dream, okay? So typically people will say it's to be successful, to make money, to have a big house and a big car, and to not have to worry about money. I have several people that I know that have a lot of money, and they worry about money just as much as people who don't have money. Sometimes they worry about it more. It doesn't make sense to the person who doesn't have money, but I think almost everybody lives on the edge of what they're possible to live. So if they make 1,000 zloty or $1,000 a month, they spend $1,000, and if they make $10,000 a month, they spend $10,000. And but I think for the American dream, sometimes people get distracted with that. But it is, like you said, stereotypically it is to be successful, to have your own business, or to be at the top of the ladder, to have that, what you perceive as other people envying you?
Well, I think the main difference between the Polish and American dream are that, Polish people want to not have a lot of money, but, have a stable income of money. Mm-hmm. That they don't need a lot of money. They can just have a family and a stable income, and they're fine.
Mm-hmm. And I think Americans are the same way. If they have a stable income, and they're happy with their family, they should be very happy. They are very happy. But it's a lot of times people get envious of what they see their neighbor has. I have a Volkswagen and you have a Mercedes, and so I got to get more money so I can have a Mercedes like you do. Or, I have a 80 square meter apartment and you have a 180 square meter apartment, so I got to have more money so I get a bigger apartment like you. And that's unfortunate.
Yeah, okay. So I think we can go to the next question. Mm-hmm. So what are some similarities between those two dreams?
I think the biggest similarity is that, like I said, people want to be happy and they want to have
a family, probably.
A family is, the word, that's usually people's dream, is to have a happy family, or whatever makes them happy, and to have that place that they can be comfortable.
Yeah, there are different things that make people happy. So the similarity is probably that they want to have something that makes them happy. Yeah, mm-hmm. I think so too. Okay, so moving on to my final question, where do you think the American dream comes from? Is it like a probably, I don't know, business, some business made it, I'm not sure though.
I have a gut feeling that the American dream came from immigrants. We are a country of immigrants, but I think as the people immigrated to America, they were looking for something better, and whether that was freedom of religion or freedom of from a situation where they were in some sort of enslavement, serfdom, held down by the landlord, those kind of things. But anyway, they wanted to get someplace and get their own stuff. And there's pictures of Americans, of immigrants on the prairies in the late 1800s. And every picture is the same. Shows a house in the background, and it could be a house made out of dirt. They always got a cow, 2 cows, a dog. They'll have like a watermelon or something, some chickens. And I always thought, well, why do they have all that in the picture? What is it? Why didn't they get the dog and the watermelon and the chickens out of the picture? And the answer is they wanted people to see how well they were doing. The answer is they wanted people to see that they had made it. And so by having some chickens and 2 cows, they had made it. Or having a dog and a watermelon, they had made it. And they came with nothing, and now they had a house and 2 cows and whatever. And so I think that's probably where a lot of the American dream came from, is, if you want to put it that way. They started with nothing, and they've moved up.
So like kind of from rags to riches.
Rags to riches, if you can call 2 cows riches, yes.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I thought it was made by like Hollywood or something. I thought it was like a marketing stunt or something, but that could be true what you said. Yeah.
Obviously, Hollywood can work on those stereotypes and make people envious of that, and television shows can do those kind of things, but I don't think that influences us as much as our neighbors do.
All right. Well, I don't have any questions. Thank you so much.
Well, it's a pleasure being here.
Well, see you later. Like and subscribe.
Goodbye.